Carnor Jax was an enlisted man in the Galactic Empire's Stormtrooper Corps, and at one point even served under Agent Blackhole as one of his so-called Black Hole Stormtroopers, which were basically just Shadow Troopers. Anyway, Jax stood out among his squad peers as one of the best, and it was not long until Jax was recognized and removed from his squadron to receive training to become an Imperial Royal Guard. It's also worth noting that Palpatine killed Jax's father when he was a child. Having a presumably normal experience as a Royal Guard, as little is known of Jax's subsequent service in the Royal Guard Corps. His service in the Empire saw no loyalties to Palpatine despite Royal Guards supposedly being fiercely loyal to the Emperor. Jax's loyalties remained with himself and his chances of rising to a higher power, but he wasn't present aboard the second Death Star, which would be destroyed with Emperor Palpatine over the Battle of Endor. In the post-Endor era, Carnor Jax and the rest of the Royal Guard would serve various emperors on Coruscant who controlled what was left of the legitimate Empire and Imperial forces which had not split off to their own warlording. These emperors included Pestige and, after her coup, Ysanne Isard. When the Dark Lady Lumaya requested a detachment of Royal Guard from Isard, Jax's unit was the one dispatched to the Dark Lady, where she realized Jax's force potential and trained him in the dark side. Under Lumaya, Jax began to meet many of the higher-ups in Imperial politics to plot his rise to power as he trained in the dark side. One of his associates was the ambitious Dark Jedi and Imperial Ruling Council member Quest. Quest was a skilled political manipulator who had been working his own way towards a subtle ascendancy to the Council, and for some time he saw Carnor Jax as a potential figurehead and military commander. Together, the two Force users moved up to take control over the Empire. Using his influence on the ruling council, Quest gave Jax a task force of Star Destroyers and a military contingent under the command of the opportunistic General Red Wessel. As a former stormtrooper, Jax preferred to surround himself with army officers as opposed to naval officers who would commonly become warlords. Also during this time, Jax assigned the overweight Lieutenant Jeff Blim to serve as his personal assistant and assassin. Blim was skillful with both daggers and snipers, making him particularly dangerous despite his fat appearance. During this time, Jax also met with Yuzang Vong agent Nova Nord, telling Lumaya of this strange alien. However, after Jax was later killed, all connection between the Vong and Lumaya was severed. She was therefore unable to act on a proposed Sith alliance with the aliens. However, Jax and Quest's plan for their own domination were put on hold as the reborn Emperor Palpatine made his presence known and reformed the Empire into the Dark Empire to return to power once again to rule the galaxy. Jax knew that this time would be soon for him to go against the Emperor. Therefore, he and Quest planned to remove Palpatine from power and take the throne for themselves. Quest secured Jax's appointment as an Imperial Sovereign Protector, which was the elite of the Royal Guard stationed on the Biss Citadel and aboard the Eclipse-class Star Destroyers. From this position, Carnor Jax served as the fulcrum of a wide-ranging conspiracy. Under orders from Jax, General Wessel secured the support of several senior military commanders, influential civilian loyalists, and even alien leaders whom the Dark Empire had an alliance of convenience with. Meetings to secure support for Jax's plan were treated with the utmost secrecy. Anyone that disagreed with Jax's plan or who acted suspiciously was immediately killed off, often by Blim. The quick actions and foresight of Blim stopped Jax's plan from being revealed, as several times it seemed that the plan would be revealed to Palpatine, and that they would all be executed as traitors. But the fat lieutenant did what he did best, and that was assassinate people. After Quest secured funds for Jax, the traitorous Royal Guard bribed the Emperor's physician to sabotage Palpatine's clones. With the remainder of the funds, Jax was able to erase himself completely from the Royal Guard's database and any further assignments as well. The sabotage caused Palpatine's final clone body to quickly age and deform. This forced Palpatine to search for a new body, and the Emperor was finally destroyed on Onderon when he tried to transfer his essence into a baby. And the efforts of R2-D2's control of Eclipse 2 resulted in the destruction of Biss, causing Jax's plan to have succeeded beyond what he ever thought to have been possible. Despite this enormous success, the physician which Carnor Jax had bribed was captured by the Rebel Alliance and would reveal Jax's betrayal to both the Rebel Alliance and a lone Imperial Royal Guard who had been hiding in the shadows of the interrogation room. The Royal Guard then made a daring escape to Yinchor, where the rest of the Imperial Royal Guard was mourning the loss of Palpatine. To deal with this, Jax sent a legion of stormtroopers to annihilate the remaining Royal Guards, and only Kir Kanos would escape and prove to be a threat to Carnor Jax. Although he kinda was saying stuff like, oh, Palpatine was great, he really didn't give a crap. Carnor Jax continued to deal with the Royal Guards as his backers swiftly seized power in the remnants of the Dark Empire, with Quest taking control over a new Imperial ruling council with Jax's supporters as the new members. The council allied with Jax, who was named the Dark Lord of the Sith, and the de facto Emperor. Jax presided over his Crimson Empire from a villa in the Outer Rim world of Ord Cantrell as he planned to resume his conquest of the New Republic. Additionally, his ruling over the Crimson Empire was quite different than Palpatine's, as he oversaw the activities of the Imperial ruling council. There included the unprecedented membership of several non-human species, and also the introduction of some form of democracy to the Empire came under Jax's leadership. General Wessel was also made Jax's personal aide and was made the overall commander of Imperial military operations in Central Command. The influence of Jax's empire spread from the Outer Rim to the Mid-Rim to make the Crimson Empire the new galactic hegemon. But things would not go as planned, as Kir Kanos was ready to strike back at the core of the Crimson Empire. Did you know about Carnor Jax's rise to power before this video? Is there anything that I left out or should have talked more about? Write in the comments, and thank you for watching.